I'm so confused.
We would have had 10 illicit stills.
So that looks like a rock, but it's moving with the water. Good morning, my friends, and welcome to day 15 of my Scotland adventure. You join me this morning on the shores of, well, I'm not really sure. I'm close to where I'm getting my ferry. It's 6:45 in the morning. My ferry isn't until 9:30. Check-in closes at 9. So I've got a little bit of time, surprisingly. So our plan for today is to go to the Isle of Islay. We're going to be going to a distillery there. And for any parks and recreation fans, this episode's pretty much for you, because this is going to be a bit of a love letter to the show for me. Ron Swanson is one of my favourite characters of all time, and in the show he goes to Islay, he goes to this distillery, and does a couple of other bits. So today, essentially, I'm going to be walking in the footsteps of Ron Swanson. And I can't wait. So let's get packed down, get to the ferry and get on the boat. Let's go. So I've just seen at the same time 2 lambs, a small bird, looked like it could have been a quail, and a rabbit all crossed the road at the same time. I didn't turn the camera on because I was focused on not killing anything. Just take it nice and slow. I'm not rushing. I'm backed up on a wave earlier than I was planning to even be awake. Oh, I can see nothing's coming, so have a look at that. Oof. The fog at the minute. It's clear on the road, but there's fog to either side of me. Yeah, dude, it's a haunted morning. Wait. Oh. I'm so confused. Guess I go to the car park. I guess we just swing in here. So the gate is open. You alright, buddy?
Alright.
Lovely.
So if you keep to the left down to lane number 3, please.
3, yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
The Israeli military said Iran had responded by sending around 100 drones towards its territory. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
These bow-loading ferries give me the willies a little bit after knowing what happened to the MV Estonia, where the front just fully came off and it sank and, you know, people died and shit. It's horrible. To the end? Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah. In gear, yeah. Okay, I'm on. Odie is all stowed away.
That will be outbound, proceeding south by the West Lock and out to sea.
Hakodaku yn cymal soccer, sanach, agus et chugger na'r cosh. Tapelif.
So out there is the island of Gia, and Gia is a community-owned island. It was once owned by a private entity, and now it's a community-owned island, so they run everything on there. Yeah, isn't it? Well, no wildlife yet, but we had a big fucking plane. It was mad. I was looking at the distance, so I was like, is that a plane? I mean, it had to be a plane, it couldn't have been anything else. It was just so random coming from Gia as well. Didn't even know Gia had an airstrip. Thank you. Cheers guys, thank you. Right then, we're on Islay. So now I need to get quick sharp to the campsite, get set up and get to this store. Oh, it's very windy. Definitely shan't be drinking at the distillery. Not even a drop. I'll have to bring some home. Oh, back to the tent. Okay, so I'm here. Just gonna go and get myself a pitch, get this tent up and get to the distillery. Okay, time to go make Ron Swanson proud. And is this, yep, Lagavulin Distillery. Okay, so we are allowed to film in here.
Be just now in the distillery. Just by looking around, where do you think we are? In the basement. Do have distillation dating back to 1631, where we would have had 10 illicit stills about that height dotted around the bay outside, and that is how it was made back then. So what you are drinking right now is known as our flagship whisky. So it is the one that started us off as a distillery, and that is the one that is keeping us going. Okay, so without that, we wouldn't be here today. Fired up the campfires. The barley would have been placed along the malt floors, which is the visitor centre where I picked you guys up. So there's 3 stories up high. That's where the malt floors would have been done. But the demand was far too high back then. 6 days. After those 6 days are done, we stop that process and we spread it out along the kiln floors. So the malt floors, same thing. We then fire up the fires. So there's coal in the bottom, peat on the top. Smoke from the peat travels up through that barley and gives it that flavour we need to make the whisky. So we peat our barley to 36 ppm. Other distilleries slightly higher.
So this is all the peat that they use to smoke their barley in this process. It's really cool. And because I'm riding, I could not drink this.
Okay. Are we all ready to head outside? Perfect.
So this room we're just leaving was the peating room, or it was the old peating room, thank you. It was the old peating room before they turned it into the visitor centre. So that's where they peat the barley.
So in here we take 5.4 tonne of that malted barley and run that through the mill to make the next product. So inside we've got the dresser and the destoner. That takes out any stick stones that we don't want. That does get done down in the maltings, but we do that in here just to be extra safe. You don't want to get anything in your whisky that's not meant to be in it. So inside the mill we've got 2 sets of rollers. We break down the barley into 3 separate parts. So we get a ratio of 70% husk, 20% grit and 10% flour. So Porteous was actually a really good company. They went out of business. They're no longer around.
Oh, walking in here, it smells really smoky. Really smoky in here.
We're mixing that with hot water to make a sugary liquid called quartz. So to do that, we need to take 90,000 litres of hot water, roughly between 64 and 70 degrees. We mix that in with the grist, so the grist comes in from the grist bin at the pipe at the side as well as the water. We then leave that for up to 2 hours. We then need to take a second water. So from tank 2, we take 21,000 litres, roughly between 70 and 80 degrees, so it's slightly hotter. But to put that into the mash tun, we use a process called sparging, like a sprinkler system, so it makes sure that the water spreads evenly around the grist. Once that is then done, we pump 21,000 litres up through to the wash back.
Whoa! Delicious. is very loud. It's really cool though, the smell as well. So that was the fermentation room, as you saw by those big old vats. One of them was really foamy, and that's been going for quite some time. Thank you. That one's been going for quite some time. The other one was quite smooth, so not been in there long.
During our festival we do boat tours.
Oh no, I can't have it. Can't drink it. Gotta wait till I'm back. So that was Lagavulin, and that was an absolutely brilliant tour. I highly suggest going to do that yourself if you're on Islay. So if you're a sane person, you're going to be thinking, who is Ron Swanson? Why is he so important? And why is the show Parks and Rec so important? And it's quite simple for me. It's the friendship between Ron and Leslie. So Ron as a character is stoic, stubborn, self-sufficient, a man's man. Leslie is kind, helpful, caring, sensitive. And throughout the series, she gets him to soften up. And Ron always goes on about how he hates Europe, he hates anything European, blah, blah, blah. But he's forced to come to London. And Leslie arranges for him a special surprise adventure in which he goes to, or is sent to, the Lagavulin Distillery, as Lagavulin is his favourite drink. And then he's sent to the cliffs of Oa to look out onto the ocean and recite Robert Burns. Now, I can't get to the cliffs of O to recite that piece at the moment. So what I'd like to do for you is actually recite it here at the tent as I look out into the sound. So here is the first verse of Robert Burns' O were my love yon lilac fair.
Oh, were my love yon lilac fair, with purple blossoms to the spring, and I a bird to shelter there, when wearied on my little wing. How I would mourn when it was torn by autumn wild and winter rude. But I would sing on wanton wing when youthful May its bloom renewed.
You may have heard, doing this after the fact, you may have heard I choked up a little bit during that. And that's because that piece of poetry really speaks to me. And I think it speaks to Ron Swanson as a character. So part of this Lagavulin tour, I was sent away with some alcohol because I couldn't drink when I was there. And they sent me away with this. And this is not available in the shops yet. You can only get this from the distillery as of yet. It will be online soon. It's 55.7%, guys. 15 years old. Look at the colour of it. Now, Lagavulin isn't a very peaty whiskey by peaty standards. I think she said only 37 parts per million. That's what it's smoked to. And there are others who will go up to 300, but the colour on that is delicious, and the smell. You can smell the fire in it. I'm not a whiskey connoisseur, I'm not a whiskey expert, but how is it? Whew. Yeah. I've woken up this morning on Islay, and today I'm going to do a few things, I hope. The first is I'm going to wake up, have a coffee, and then we're going to go get on the bike, and I've got a very cool little map. Let me show it to you. So this is the map that I'm on. So currently we are here in Port Charlotte. Now I'd quite like to do some wildlife spotting, so I think what I'm going to do today is ignore the dirty hands. What I'm going to do today is take this road down here, see if I can see some of these guys, or I think that's more for there, but still. We've also got some birds, I don't know what they are. We've also got some sea eagles. There's more seals over here. And so if we're down here, there's also dolphin spotting up there. So I think what I'm going to do is basically do this south loop, head up, and maybe do a bit around here and around there. I don't know. Right, and off we go. I've got no navigation today because I'm pretty sure it's just this road and then another road and then another road. So I'm sure I can figure it out. It's a mild morning, which is quite nice actually. It's quite nice actually. And yeah, I've fully taken everything except the top box off of Odie. And I feel like I'm riding a Hayabusa. I've actually got some go. Although not that I can ride like I'm riding a Hayabusa, because once again the roads are crap. Oh, horsey donkeys? Donkeys! Aww. Odie's my little donkey after getting me up that thing on Skye with all the weight on it. God, this is beautiful. So the point I'm going to now was actually recommended to me by Richard, who you may remember from other videos. He's been here before. It's half the reason I came to Islay, is because he said he'd been here, and he said, well, he'd been here, and he said it's a lovely little island. That combined with my Ron Swanson obsession just sealed the deal for me. Yeah, he said go here, this is where he saw seals. Whether I see them or not, that's another question, but hey man, I'll go with first-hand experience. So that's where we're off today. We're on the north part of the island, and we're going to the far western little nub. Well, the far western point of the little nub at the top. It's so beautiful. I think it's partly knowing that I'm on a small, sparsely populated island. It's adding to it for me. Knowing how far I am away from all the bullshit back home. Yeah, happy boy today, very happy boy. Oh my god, I twist the throttle and something happens. So this is where Richard said to come, Portnavan. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. Portnavan? Oh no, I want to go down there because that looks quite promising. Ooh! Little dog. Let's try down here. Nope, this is a dead end. Okay, I can't really find anywhere to park up around here, but I found somewhere down the road. one of these roads that if you put in front of a GeoGuessr Pro, they'd say Ireland because it's got grass in the middle. But this is the way to our beach. What the bloody hell was that? Oh yeah, beehole. Oh yeah, this is a fun road. I saw how squiggly this road was and thought, yeah, it'll be fine. Of course, Google doesn't show you what condition the road is in or not in this case. Oh my shitty death, look at that. Alpacas. Hello, alpacas. Aww. Oh. Really, there's a car park or something for me here. Alright, I'll catch up with you short. I'm going to sort this thing out again. It's passing place. All there is on this road is houses. There's no tourist attractions. I think I'm going to leave the bike there. I guess we'll go. We'll just go have a sit down. We'll go have a sit down and see if we can do any seal spotting. This is a beautiful little bay. No seals, but very peaceful. Noisy boy. Probably because I'm here. It's probably a warning. Maybe he's got a nest close by. But that's okay. I'm not here to raid oyster catcher nests. Oh, so loud. So that looks like a rock, but it's moving with the water. I was thinking maybe it's a seal snout, but it hasn't moved. It's moved within the water, but it's not moved within itself, you know? Pretty weird. My phone has run out of my phone's run out of storage. Again. So yeah, new plan, head back to the campsite, try and sync my iPhone and hope that works. I'll see you shortly. Hey folks, so I was out on the beach that way and basically my phone ran out of storage again. So I've come back to try and fix that, and in that time it started to piss it down. And that's pretty much the forecast for the next few hours. On top of it all, GoPro have updated their app and it's removed the cloud tab from the media library, which means I now can't see what I've uploaded from my phone to the cloud. So yeah, basically I'm going to spend the rainy time trying to fix these memory issues again, and then hopefully once it's cleaned up a bit later I can go for a walk and we can actually do something with the day, because otherwise this is going to be a very, very short episode and it's going to be very boring for you guys. But yeah, just more lessons learned today about storage and how to do things differently next time. I can't do much about the weight, Can't do much about the rain, apart from try and use the time constructively. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully the next thing you're seeing is me going somewhere, doing something. But for now, it's going to be a very arduous few hours trying to get these problems fixed. And this is the current tribulation. I've got this up with the poles, but I've got water coming in at the sides. And I'm trying to cook my bacon and nothing's working. It's just trying to wipe it down with a microfiber, but it's just horrible today, man. Horrible. So the GoPro issue fixed. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Can't do anything more with that. The syncing to the iCloud, it's going slowly, but I've got enough storage freed up to carry on, which is good. The bummer is it's about 4 hours after me saying, oh, I've just got back and it started raining. It's on forecast for the next few hours. Well, it's 4 hours later and it's still raining. I was just about getting ready to go out for a walk and then it started again, and it's forecast to just not stop now. I'm really hoping I can get out later. If not, I'm going to probably put today and tomorrow in the same video. Well then, my friends, I mean, the rain is stopping, but it's late in the day. Everything's closed. It's about 6 o'clock. So we had 6 straight hours of rain and it didn't stop. Full disclosure, I have just been out for a quick walk, but it's nothing worth filming really. It was just into Port Charlotte and down to the beach, and there's not much there. So yesterday's episode didn't have an outro, it had a poem. So I guess that means I'm just going to stick this on at the end, like today's stuff on the end of yesterday's video. So I'll take the chance now to say like, comment, subscribe. Sorry today has been slow and boring. Tomorrow we'll go back to the mainland and see what we can find along the way. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Just have 2 kids hiding in a bus shelter, not very well, shouting at me, do you ride dirt bikes? I'm like, not really. What are you riding? Kawasaki 650. My Yamaha 125 could whoop you. These kids are following me back there. Oh, little crackheads.